What up, Fight World? It's your boy Ego, and I'm back with some more boxing. Again, if you watch my last videos, you'll see that I watched Timothy Bradley Ruslan Provodnikov fight again, and I'm sick of people throwing around the term robbery. Robbery, robbery, robbery. Everything's a robbery. And I can almost tell instantly from talking to people who are dedicated, diehard boxing fans and who aren't. And that's not just because we agree, because even if we don't agree, I can still tell who has boxing knowledge based on their responses, the types of comments they leave. And when it comes to the term robbery, which gets thrown around all the time, a lot of people cite the same exact scenarios, the same exact fights, and that's all they know. Just the more popular, generic, cliche instances that could be considered, I guess, robberies. Castillo should have won against Mayweather. Mayweather robbed him. Timothy Bradley versus Manny Pacquiao was a robbery. Marquez and Pacquiao. Adrian Broner and Ponce de Leon. Ponce should have won. It's a robbery. So I just feel like some of you guys don't know boxing because you only talk about the most cliche instances. So what I did is I put together a list, it's in no particular order, of some lesser known, lesser talked about robberies in the sport of boxing, and I think they fit the term robbery a whole hell of a lot better based on the circumstances. So I added some bullet points for you guys to take a look at, some actual facts in those and why I feel they were robberies. Again, every fight that I mentioned in terms of Pacquiao, Bradley, Ponce, and Broner, those fights were all competitive fights. Depending on what you were looking for, literally someone could have scored it either way. And by definition, if you look up the term robbery, it says stealing one's property with the intent to keep it. And if you look at Mayweather Castillo, he fought him in the spring, and he heard the controversy, he offered him a rematch, which he gladly accepted in, I think, November or December. So he gave an opportunity to get his shot back, or revenge, or whatever you want to call it. And he beat him even more convincingly after his shoulder rehab. So by definition, that doesn't even really go with the term robbery, because Castillo again had the opportunity to redeem himself or to prove who the better man was, and he failed. Mayweather beat him even more convincingly. Timothy Bradley versus Pacquiao, it's a robbery. Timothy Bradley wanted a rematch, but Pacquiao chose to get knocked out by Marquez for more money, because Marquez just annihilated him with that. But he chose the Marquez fight because he said, Bradley, oh, I have nothing to prove to the fans. I have nothing to prove. And he didn't want the rematch. Obviously, he said there's no money in it or whatever. So by definition, those don't even fit the term robbery. That's just my thought. But anyway, people always talk about those handful of fights. I figured I'd dive in deeper, talk about some better examples of what I feel a robbery is, and let me know what you guys think. I couldn't add all of them, otherwise I would have added stuff like Roy Jones Jr. at the Olympics, because that was definitely a robbery. And in the Olympics, there's 5 judges to get it right, and they still got it wrong. It was in Korea, but I figured I'd keep it to just professional fights. But Roy Jones is definitely up there in terms of his Olympic robbery. He definitely should have won that fight. For anyone that's seen it, but that was a clear example of politics and favoritism and where they were at. But anyway, take a look at the list. Make sure you guys leave a comment. Let me know which ones I missed, which ones you would have added, which ones shouldn't have made the list, and let's talk about it. Enjoy the video.